sector, people get employed, people get local employment. So tourism is something very important. But in what is being touted as the fix the local first strategy, let me tell you, the centre has issued a directive to state governments to prioritize the cleanup of tourist destinations in India. The matter was taken up at a recently held National Conference of Chief Secretaries in Delhi last week. Tourism Secretary Vidyavathi told the Chief Secretaries that while India has enormous tourism potential, bad tourism experience can damage the country's reputation globally. Because tourism also acts like brand ambassador. Atithi Devo Bhava, one of the campaigns that was launched by the government. Now, the central government flagged poor sanitation, hygiene, traffic chaos, and a shortage of quality hotel rooms as major bottlenecks hurting India's tourism potential. The government stressed that most of the problems in the tourist spots are linked to the local governance, including poor infrastructure, lack of basic facilities, weak coordination between agencies. Now, states have also been asked to prioritize destination management and fix local level problems first. Chief secretaries were asked to work closely with urban bodies, local administration and tourism department to identify problem areas and create time-bound plan for improvement. The centre is also aiming to integrate state-level urban development departments to tackle urban decay. The action has been driven by increasing concerns that overcrowding, unmanaged waste, illegal construction and chaotic traffic are hurting the experience at top destinations, be it hill stations, heritage towns or coastal hotspots. Moreover, the centre is also focusing on professional hospitality and good hotel infrastructure. The government has separately highlighted gaps in hotel capacity, especially at high footfall location. The development is crucial, keeping in mind Modi government's aggressive push for temple tourism to boost India's temple economy, which contributes approximately to 2 to 3% to the GDP. The tourism economy on the whole contributes 5% to the GDP. But the issue is we are falling even short of hotels. I am joined by Jyoti Mayal, Chairperson Tourism and Hospitality Skill Council and former President Travel Agents and Association of India. She joins me live from London. Thank you, Madam, for joining me. Madam, one hand we are falling short of 4 lakh hotels. On the other hand, we are talking about garbage, we are talking about high-end experience. I mean, or can we afford to have a Bhutan or a Bali sort of a thing, you know, where we can organize tourism differently?
So thank you, Kartikeya, for having me here and wish you a very happy new year.
Same to you.
Yes, I think it's a very thoughtful comment actually if it's the local first, because I think the centre's push to clean up and professionally manage India's tourist hubs has been long overdue. But strategically a very smart move now, because I think for years India's tourism potential has been held back not by a lack of attractions, but by poor local infrastructure, overcrowding, fragmented management. The idea of creating this destination management organization in every state, especially, I think is very promising because it shifts the focus from ad hoc beautification to a very systematic, accountable on-ground management. And that's what we need, because I think we need to strengthen the local infrastructure. And like you just said, tourism cannot thrive if basic services like cleanliness, mobility, signage, sanitation, are broken, Fixing these needs to build. And of course, then only the credibility comes in, because people would love to go to a heritage site like you just pointed out. But, the last mile connectivity, the cleanliness is a dampener to the tourists. So I think that these things need to be taken into our stride. And I really sometimes fail to understand this. And we've had this discussion earlier with you too, that, why don't the states get up by themselves and start doing these things also? It has to be driven by the center, it's fine, but I think every state has the capability of doing this. And they have not been doing it. Only few states we see in India are really focusing on tourism and, trying to do their best. But I would say it very straightforwardly, every state is trying to copy another one and actually losing out the main crux, what is required for tourism. So I think, we need to look into these parts, what you just said about the cleanliness and signage, the last mile connectivity. You go to a lovely heritage property, but the way you reach to that property is not the best experience that you get. So, how do we build that infrastructure? How do we make India a different, destination? It has to come by a destination management organizations, and these need to come into place. And these don't have to be only government driven. And I'm going to say this, people like us who are actually working with all the travel partners in this country should be involved more and more. And, that's the way we will evolve. It doesn't have to be only a government drive. We have to do it jointly.
India
So
is
I think these are the
ma'am,
things
India
we
is a
need.
big country. We can't have a Bhutan model. We can't have that Bali model whereby, say, if you have money, only come to Bali. It's a big
Yeah.
country. It's a, billion people live here. You will have a low-end tourism. You have a budget tourism. It's democratic. You'll have to accommodate every sort of a tourist expectation. That's very well understood. But my question here is that there is also an over construction. Our hills are getting crowded, our beaches are getting crowded. You look at Goa, what has happened to the beaches. So or if we talk about pristineness, then there is lot of built-in infrastructure, suffocating that natural beauty. But on the other hand, we are also not able to get in crowds. Like 1 crore people come to India, 3 crore people go outside. And then there is this dichotomy, madam, that it's easier to go to Southeast Asia, cheaper, better experience, than to book yourself in Rajasthan and Goa in January or Pondicherry in January. It's too expensive.
True. I totally agree with you. And that's the way, I think somehow, till the time we don't get there, and we've been saying this on since so many years. I was the president for 5 years, and we kept harping on this, that, tourism somehow needs to have a lower GST also, because the taxes are driving business away to countries like Thailand and, Bali and other destinations which have it all. So why would you spend more in a country which doesn't have it all? And especially, again, the cleanliness and the safety is a big concern when an international traveler walks in. Of course, you said reducing overcrowding at legacy destinations.
Cleanliness
like
and women's
Goa,
safety,
Manali.
madam. I should have put that line on my show. Women's safety, very
Yes.
important for tourism. No country can have good tourism if women are not safe.
Right. So these are the concerns that we need to actually, actually invest in ourselves, because creating holistic tourist experience is very, very important. The government is right that India doesn't just need more hotels, but it needs curated experiences, walkable zones, cultural circuits, better last mile connectivity again. We need to empower states and local bodies. DMOs play a very big role in every country. Like we talk about Thailand just now. Thailand has a tourism authority which works very, very hand in glove with the government itself. It's a government body, but the way it performs is very different than what every government performs. So it looks totally focused on travel and tourism, say what happens it. But so we need to build this, we need to empower the states and local bodies. The DMOs can bring coordination between tourism, urban development, environment, local communities. Something India has lacked for decades. Safety, of course, safety and cleanliness are two parts that we really need to give attention more, because those two things are something that drives the, I'm in London right now, like you just said, and there's so many times people who've not been to India. That's the first question they ask me every time. Is India clean? Are you sure we won't get a bug there? We're hearing about Delhi pollution. We are hearing there are parts that are going to make our body with negative, things that we will be actually losing out on our health. And then safety. Are women safe there? Are we safe there? Are we going to be mugged? And these questions, you get tired of answering them. So why don't we bring a holistic view to the traveler and bring it out there that we are a safe country? These incidents happen everywhere.
Absolutely.
And how do we bring that as something that every destination has around
absolutely. Jyoti, you really, I think women's safety, and this the whole mess of plastic, I think, and the pollution now. Pollution, which is the environment. I think these are the three key things which are very instrumental in defining the experience of a tourist. I've really run short of time. I wish we could have spoken at length. And I know you have lot to say.
You must talk about even skills coming forward.
Absolutely, I'll do that, and I promise you'll be part of my show. Thank you. This is all I had.
Thank you, Kartikeya.
See you very soon. See you soon in Delhi. So I'll see you tomorrow again at 7 p.m. Thank you and good night.
शिव प्रकाश जी सिर्फ 35 साल की उम्र में हार्ट अटैक से अचानक चले गए। टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के पैसों से उनके माँ बाप को सहारा मिलेगा। पॉलिसी बाजार ने क्लेम के वक्त फैमिली का पूरा साथ दिया। पॉलिसी बाजार पे 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 400 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
2026, take notes. Manifesting. For my little Miss Sunshine, tickles and giggles. Also wanna be a biker chick this time. And year 2026, only love for my people and myself. To manifest my best life, nature's cosmic energy.
Now mine, natural diamond intention pendants.